Welcome, everyone, to the Teevee Show Podcast. Today, we're doing a pop-up podcast for the beginning of the year. The point of this is to share what I have going on, where I've been, where I'm going, and just kind of give you an overview of a lot of things in my life. First and foremost, the podcast is obviously going to continue. It's actually a little passion project of mine. I have no big visions for it. I mean, I do have long-term visions, but nothing crazy like I need it to be on 1 million downloads with 1 million subscribers, although that would be nice, so please do so. But in the meantime, this is the passion project. The goal of this entire thing is to have conversations with people that are doing amazing things, that can teach us a thing or two about life, about what they've done in life, some of the formulas for their success, and whatnot. That is the goal. A lot of it does revolve around parenting, personal development, and it's things that I feel we all need. If we have this information, if we have these stories, we can start to improve as individuals and as human beings. That's kind of my mission with this podcast. Towards the end of the year, I actually recorded a handful of podcasts. I have 5 in my back pocket, one of which I will release starting next week on Wednesday with Mike DeGroat. He's a financial advisor. We had a great conversation around finance, money beliefs, and just life and fatherhood. It was a fantastic conversation, and it's one that I really, really love. It was actually the last one that I did. It was at the end of the year in this new set, by the way. I didn't even talk about that. We have a new podcast set. I'm really proud of it. These are really my books, by the way. This isn't fake. This isn't AI. But we did it at the end of the year. I was really proud of it. And I want to actually start with that because I believe that money is a big deal. We live in a capitalist society and we can pretend like it doesn't matter, but it does. Money dictates a lot of things in life. For example, one of the things that I did have happen at the end of the year that prevented me from actually even recording this very same video was that I had surgery on both of my knees. Now, I don't have insurance, but because I'm doing okay in life, because I've saved, because I've built up a good credit score, I was actually able to pay out of pocket. And of course, I have some other resources at my disposal between my concierge doctor and just other people that I can connect with and can point me in the right direction. And on top of that, I had good credit. So I was able to pay out of pocket. It wasn't too much. It was something that I could afford and 0 interest because I have good credit. I was able to put it all on a care credit account. And so money matters. So I felt like it was a good way to launch the podcast for the year. It will be in this new set, while the other 4 podcasts are not in this new set, but nonetheless, each one is still better and better and better. That's another big point I wanted to share with you guys is this is my side project. This is a passion project. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning as I go along. I'm buying new equipment along the way. I do want it to be fantastic. I do want it to look great and sound great. So I am improving along the way, but in terms of this big vision and having everything set up, I'm making it up. This took forever to set up, and that's another reason that I took forever to put this together. Not to mention that I've kind of gone through a little shy streak. I feel like I'm a little more intimidated with all these cameras looking at me, and I just have been putting it off. Life, business, health have prevented me from recording this video, but here I am. So that's the state of where I've been. In addition to, I will also say, I'll let you in on a little secret. I became a granddad late last year. It's crazy to think about that, but my oldest daughter had a son. And so that's also been on my radar and my priorities, and not so much the podcast. Having said that, she will be back and she will, don't tell her I told you, she will share with you guys her motherhood, the journey into motherhood, the journey into she's still working. She's still in the marketing space, the design and marketing branding space. So I'm eager for her to share her stories along that path. Life's just been crazy, as you can imagine, as all of us have been having crazy lives. So have I. So there's that. My college kid, I was hoping to get an interview with her before she goes back to college here in a few days. She's here for the winter vacation, but trying to get her to come over and sit down with me is kind of tough. If I can get her to sit down, we're going to have a fantastic conversation. I can't wait to possibly put that together. Future guests, I'm going to start bringing on more and more guests, mothers and fathers that are happily doing things in the world. Like I said earlier, they're doing things, they're figuring things out, writers, poets, artists, designers, and just anyone that has something to say of any significance. I want to have some great conversations. One of the other people that I actually have coming on is my daughter's first chess teacher. Ooh, that sounded terrible. First chess teacher. She actually was the one that we created a chess program with when they were in elementary, and it became one of the integral educational tools that I have used when they were young, but it was kind of an accident. So I'm interviewing her. I'm bringing on different types of people that can help us learn something. So stay tuned for that. I mentioned I had surgery at the end of the year. That was December 29th. It is now January 9th, so like 10, 11 days later. I'm walking, I'm up and at 'em. It was really, it was it was a little challenging there for a few days. My girlfriend wasn't feeling very well because she was worried about me. I didn't get out of bed for a couple of days because it really was kicking my butt. So, quick story: I had surgery on both my knees, not knee replacement, so I don't want that pity. I had torn meniscus. That's what it was. I was in and out of there probably within an hour and a half. I was on my way home. And the next day I was actually doing really well. I even went downstairs. I did all types of things. I didn't go very long distances, but I was walking on my own with no issue whatsoever. And then later that next night, things started going sideways. And I think the medicine started to wear off from the surgery, and my knees started hurting terribly. So by the next morning, I couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't put pressure on my legs, and I had to start using crutches to just get to the restroom. I did do that on my own, but it was tricky. And for the next 2 days, I did not get out of bed. Or I did, but just enough. Luckily, I have a fantastic partner who loves me and took care of me, and she made sure that I did not die or did not starve. And she made sure I had my drugs and my medicine, and I made it. By Monday, I started feeling a lot better, but it was tough. And I think had I only done one, it wouldn't have been so bad. I was trying to save some money because at the end of the day, I was already doing the surgery. And I feel like I saved a couple $1,000s on that alone by having them both at the same time. So that was how I wrapped up the end of the year. For New Year's Eve, I was in bed, didn't do anything. I was not in bed. I was on the couch. Fireworks are going off everywhere. And I'm just like, ooh, great, whatever. Happy New Year. This is my chance to say that to you. I am happy to have a new year. I'm happy for a new potential. I'm excited for all the new things that are going to happen and are happening perpetually. And that's it. That's all I have for today. Wanted you to know that I'm still going. The podcasts are still coming. There's 4 or 5 down the pipeline. Expect more of these one-on-one podcasts, and we'll call them pop-up podcasts, in which I just come on and I start talking about a few things that are on my mind. But anyways, that is my goal for the podcast. That is my goal for myself. It's just talking about anything that's important to me, anything that's capturing my attention, and that I feel you would get of some value. My name is Teevee from the Teevee Show Podcast. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, do all the things depending on where you're watching this or listening to this. It would mean the world to me. I promise to deliver value. I promise to bring great stories to you. And I promise to always make you feel something. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. My name is Teevee. Bye-bye.